This video is part of a series, a modern retelling of Macbeth. Last time, Macbeth took the crown. This time, we see what the crown demands in return. The crown fit Macbeth too easily. That was the problem. Banquo watched him cross the hall, smiling, greeting men by name, listening just long enough to seem generous. He moved like someone who had always belonged there. You learn this fast, Banquo thought. Too fast. The witches had been right once. That truth lingered like a bruise you couldn't stop touching. If their words could lift a man this high, they could just as easily lift his children higher. Not Macbeth's children, mine. Banquo felt the thought snap shut inside him. Dangerous, reckless, not yet. Trumpets sounded. Court assembled. Masks went back on. For now, he would live. For now, he would watch. Tonight, Macbeth said warmly, you'll join us. Banquo bowed. Gladly, my king. Macbeth tilted his head. Riding first? Yes, Fleance rides with me. Of course he does. Macbeth smiled. He nodded. He filed the information away. When Banquo left, the silence pressed in. To be king, Macbeth said softly, testing the words, is nothing. The room did not answer. To be safe, he continued, that's everything. Banquo was solid, grounded, the kind of man people followed without realizing they were doing it. And the witches, damn them, had looked at him with that same knowing stillness. A crown with no heirs, they had said. A scepter that ends with you. I didn't come this far, Macbeth muttered, for someone else's sons. The murderers stood before him, angry, desperate, eager to be told who to hate. You know Banquo, Macbeth said. They nodded. He smiles at you, he continued, and ruins you quietly. Their faces hardened. That was all it took. He is the reason you suffer, Macbeth said, and as long as he lives, you will. By the time he finished, the lie felt true. And the boy? One of them asked. Macbeth didn't hesitate. The boy too. When they left, Macbeth felt something settle inside him. Not fear, not guilt, control. Lady Macbeth found him pacing, restless, already somewhere she could not follow. What's done is done, she said, trying to steady him. Don't poison the present with the past. He laughed softly. We've only wounded the snake, he said. It will heal. And then she saw it, the shift. He was no longer confessing. He was planning. When he spoke of night, of creatures that woke in darkness, she felt a chill. This was not her ambition anymore. This was something colder, something that no longer needed her guidance. Be innocent of this, he told her gently. She had wanted power. She had not wanted this. Banquo rode fast. The sky pressed low, thick with rain. Fleance kept close. Torch held high like it meant something. Stay sharp, Banquo said. I am, Fleance replied. They never saw the blades until they were already falling. Steel, hands, breath gone in a rush. Banquo hit the ground hard. Father, run, Banquo gasped. Don't stop! Don't look back! Fleance ran. The torch fell. The night finished the rest. The feast sparkled. Music, wine, laughter that sounded real enough. Is it done? Macbeth asked quietly. Banquo's dead, the murderer said. Relief surged, clean, sharp. And the boy? A pause. He fled. Something twisted. Macbeth nodded anyway, sat anyway. Then he looked up. Banquo was there. Not alive, not whole, just blood and memory, sitting exactly where Macbeth should be. No, Macbeth whispered. The ghost didn't speak. It didn't have to. Macbeth stood, shouted, spilled truths across the table like wine. The room recoiled. Lady Macbeth moved fast. "He's unwell," she laughed. "Always has been." But the crown had slipped. Everyone felt it. When the ghost vanished, the silence stayed. Later, alone, Macbeth finally breathed. "I'm in too deep," he said. "Blood behind me, blood ahead." Lady Macbeth didn't answer. "We're just beginning," he said instead. But the knight had already begun listening. Macbeth thinks knowledge will save him, that if he knows the future, he can master it. So in the next chapter, he will return to the witches, and this time, they will not speak plainly.